Jessica here to introduce you about the uniqueness of Singapore English. Let's explore the definition of Singapore English and number of speakers in Singapore with me. The first is definition. Singapore English or Singlish is a variety of English spoken in Singapore. Singlish or Singapore English is a unique blend of English and the Parisian language of Singapore. The accent reflects the ethnic and cultural diversity of country. Singlish often incorporate words from Mandarin, Malay, Tamil, and even Hokkien dialect. For example, the word lah is often at the end of the sentence to give it a more intimate feel. Singlish is proof that language can be creative identity, marker and portray and the multicultural spirit. Types of Singapore English. The first is informal Singlish, used in daily life. The second is formal Singlish, used in formal and business situations. 3 is Manglish, a blend of English and Malay. The number of English speakers in Singapore is about 3.9 million people, which is about 90% Singapore of total population. However, there is no specific data on the number of Singlish speakers, as many Singaporeans use standard English in formal situations and Singlish in informal situations.
Hi everyone, I'm Liviana. This time I will continue the material about the characteristic or unique traits of Singlish and example of word phrase sentence from Singlish. Characteristic or unique features of Singlish. Singlish is a unique variation of English spoken in Singapore. Some of its distinctive features include 1. Language mixing. Singlish incorporate elements from English, Malay, Hokkien, Tamil, and other Chinese dialect. 2. Use of sentence ending particles. Singlish frequently use particles like lah, leh, lor, mbah, and ah to express emotion or emphasize. 3. Simplified sentence structures. Grammar is often simplified or divides from standard English rules. 4. Omission of subject or pronouns. Words are often omitted when the meaning is clear from the context. 5. Influence of local phonology. Pronunciation is influenced by local language with certain sound being dropped or replaced. 6. Loan word in vocabulary. Singlish often borrows words from various local language. Example, can makan here? It means, can we eat here? And next, example of word phrase or sentence in Singlish. Word Sioks means very enjoyable or satisfying. Phrase no need lah, it means no need. Why you so like that? Why you are like that? Next example of word phrase sentence in Singlish. Word Siok means very enjoyable or satisfying. Phrase no need lah, it means no need. Sentence I go first I will leave first, okay? Singlish is often used in informal settings and is an integral part of Singapore's culture identity. Next, we will talking about the features of the English version Singlish. In general, the features of Singlish can be viewed from two perspectives: the perspective of local culture and the challenge of globalization. Based on the group opinion, 1. As a symbol of cultural identity. Singlish is an essential part of Singapore's national identity, with more people proud to use Singlish in daily conversation, films, music, and social media. This variation is likely to continue evolving. Younger generations often use Singlish as a tool to express themselves in a unique, casual, and informal manners. 2. Challenge from globalization and education. The Singaporean government encouraged the use of standard English through initiatives like the Speak Good English movement to ensure its citizens remains competitive in the global arena. This could limit the use of Singlish, especially in formal and professional contexts. However, despite the push for standard English, Singlish persistent because it fosters a sense of belonging and closeness among Singaporeans.
And the third, increase awareness and documentation. Singlish is increasingly recognized as a cultural heritage. Academics and writers have begun documenting and studying English as a limit-made language variation. The popularity of Singlish among tourists and international community also highlights its global appeal as a unique form of community from Singapore. And the last is potential for evolution. Over time, Singlish will likely continue to evolve by incorporating more elements from other languages, reflecting demographic change and international interaction. Digital platforms and social media will become the main space where Singlish thrives and adapts to trends. So, this conclusion is although there is a pressure to use standard English in formal situations, Singlish is likely to endure as a symbol of Singapore's national identity. With the support of younger generation, international recognition, Singlish can continue to develop as the dynamic, relevant, culturally reflective from language.
Hi, I'm Haya Azara Putri Riza. In this segment, we will explore the definition of English variation and the number of native speakers using it in Korea. Get ready to dive into a colorful landscape where every accent and vocabulary tells a unique story, reflecting the rich cultural diversity and social dynamics at play. Let's embark on this journey to understand how English adapts and thrives in Korea, bridging the tradition and modernity. First, we will talk about definition of English variation in the expanding circle context in Korea. English variation in the context of the expanding circle refers to the use of English in countries where it is not an official language or the mother tongue, but is learned and used as a foreign language. South Korea is an exemplary case of this concept. Within the expanding circle, English serves as a crucial tool for communication in various domains such as business, education, and international relations. In South Korea, English is taught extensively in schools from an early age, and it is often a mandatory subject in both primary and secondary education. The influence of English extends beyond the classroom. It permeates popular culture, with many Koreans consuming English language media, including films, music, and online content. This exposure contributes to the development of a unique variety of English that reflects local linguistic feature and cultural nuance. South Korea English speakers often exhibit distinctive pronunciation, vocabulary, and syntactical structures influenced by their native Korean language. For instance, some English words may be borrowed and adapted into Korean phonetics, leading to variation that might not be immediately understood by native English speakers. Additionally, the pressure to achieve a certain level of proficiency often results in a strong focus on test performance, which can influence how English is taught and learned in the country. Second, number of English speakers in South Korea. The number of English speakers in South Korea has been steadily increasing, particularly among younger generations who are receiving English education early in life. While precise statistics can fluctuate, it is estimated that around 30% to 40% of the South Korean population possesses a functional command of the English language. This includes individuals who can engage in basic conversations as well as those with advanced proficiency. The demand of English proficiency is driven by the globalization of the economy and the increasing importance of international communication. Many South Koreans pursue English language education through private language institutes known as hagwons, which offers specialized courses aimed at improving conversational skills, test preparation, and business English. Furthermore, the rise of technology and online platforms has made English learning more accessible, allowing individuals to practice and enhance their skill outside of traditional classroom settings. In summary, the variation of English in South Korea exemplifies the characteristic of the expanding circle, where English is adapted to fit local contexts while still serving as a vital means of communication in an increasingly interconnected world. The growing number of speakers reflects the country's commitment to integrating English into its educational framework and the societal recognition of its importance in various professional spheres.
Hello, welcome to my segment. I am Alisa in this video on the fascinating topic of Korean English. Today we'll explore how Korean English differs from other English variations around the world. Let's dive in. Korean English refers to the unique way English is spoken in South Korea, influenced by the Korean language and culture. While English is widely taught in schools, the way it is used can vary significantly from native English-speaking countries. One of the most noticeable differences is pronunciation. Korean speakers often struggle with certain English sounds that don't exist in Korean. For example, the F and V sounds can be challenging, leading to substitution like P or B. This can create a distinct accent that sets Korean English apart. Next, let's talk about vocabulary. Korean English often incorporates Korean expression and idioms, which can lead to unique phrases that may confuse native speakers. For instance, using fighting as a way to encourage someone is common in Korea, but may not be understood elsewhere. Grammar and syntax can also differ. Due to the influence of Korean sentence structure, you might hear sentences that sound slightly off to native English speakers. For example, the omission of article like a or the is common, as these concepts are less emphasized in Korean. Cultural context plays a significant role in communication styles. In Korea, there is a strong emphasis on politeness and respect, which can affect how English is spoken. This might lead to more formal language in casual setting, making conversation feel different compared to Western norms. In conclusion, Korean English is a unique variation shaped by linguistic and cultural factors. While it may present challenges, it also enriches the global tapestry of English communication. Thank you. So here the example of Korean English. I respect a leader who truly respects and appreciate their followers, and I love you.
Annyeong! Hi, welcome back to our segment. In this video, we will talk about the future of English variation in Korea. The future of English variation in Korea is a topic of significant interest, especially in light of the ongoing globalization and the increasing importance of English as a global lingua franca. Here are some key aspects to consider regarding this subject. First, increased global exposure. As Korea continues to engage more with the global community, exposure to various dialects and variation will likely increase. This can lead to a more diverse understanding of English, incorporating elements from American, British, Australian, and other English-speaking cultures. Second, influence of technology and media. The rise of technology and digital media has transformed how English is learned and used in Korea. Social media platforms, streaming services, and online content expose Korean speakers to different English accents and usage. This exposure can lead to the adoption of colloquial expressions and slang from various English-speaking regions, enriching the local variation of English. Third, educational shifts. Korean education policies are increasingly recognizing the importance of communicative competence in English. focusing not only on grammar and vocabulary but also on practical usage. This shift may result in a more varied approach to teaching English, encouraging students to engage with different English dialect and styles rather than adhering strictly to a single standard variety such as American English.
And the fourth is local variations and hybrid forms. As English becomes more integrated into daily life in Korea, it is likely that unique local variations will emerge. These hybrid forms may blend Korean linguistic features with English vocabulary. Fourth, local variations and hybrid forms. As English becomes more integrated into daily life in Korea, it is likely that unique local variations will emerge. These hybrid forms may blend Korean linguistic features with English vocabulary and structures, leading to a distinct Korean English variety, often referred to as Konglish. This evolution can reflect cultural nuances and local identity, making English more relevant to Korean speakers. Fifth, cultural identity and language attitudes. The perceptions of English in Korea is complex, often tied to issues of national identity and cultural pride. As global English influences become more pronounced, there may be a tension between embracing English as a global language and preserving the Korean language and cultural heritage. Future discussions around English variation in Korea will likely need to address these cultural dynamics and attitudes towards language use. The sixth is professional and economic factors. In the professional realm, proficiency in English is increasingly seen as a valuable asset. As demand for English-speaking professionals grows in various industries, there may be a greater emphasis on understanding and adapting to different English variations. This could further shape how English is used in business, education, and social contexts in Korea. Overall, the future of English variation in Korea is likely to be shaped by a combination of global influences, technological advancement, educational reforms, and evolving cultural attitudes. As Korean speakers navigate this change, the English language in Korea may become more dynamic, reflecting both local identities and global interconnectedness. This evolution will contribute to the rich tapestry of English as it continues to adapt and grow worldwide. So that's all from us. Thank you!
Bye!